Woo, cannot wait as we bring in CBS Sports NFL and draft analyst Ryan Wilson for our Week 6 NFL preview. And Ryan, it's the two #1 seeds from last year's playoffs going head-to-head. Well, the Lions, they boast the #1 scoring offense in the league and a 4-1 record. Kansas City's aiming to avoid falling to 2-4. So when you consider that, Ryan, how important is this game for Kansas City?
Enormously important, and good to see you, Chris. As always, I didn't think we'd be living in a world where they would have just 2 wins as they head into Week 6, but here we are, and there have been reasons for it. There's been inconsistency along the offensive line. Their playmakers have been injured. Xavier Worthy will be back. He was back last week, and he came back the week before that, so he can be a difference maker. Rashee Rice is coming back, too, after this week, so they will have that in the fold. That said, I think the Lions are the best team in the NFL right now. Here's the concern. Their starting left tackle, Taylor Degger's down. Their backup left tackle is down, which means Dan Skipper, who is known for being the guy who's always eligible as the tight end on the end there, will have to play left tackle. So that's going to be a big issue to keep an eye on. You can use the cliches that the Chiefs have their back up against the wall, and maybe this means more. I don't know if that's true. But if they can get after Jared Goff, that changes the complexion of this game.
Really interesting to see how this one is going to shake out. Now, moving on to the Ravens. For the second straight week, Ryan, they will not have their superstar QB, Lamar Jackson, right? In addition to several others. So it's Cooper Rush at QB1 once again versus Matthew Stafford's Rams. Baltimore trying to avoid their first 4-game losing streak since 2021. So how do the Ravens prevent their season from unraveling even more?
Freeze time would be my suggestion, because they are terrible. And it's not because they're a bad football team, but it's, as you noted, everyone on that team is hurt. It would be shorter to name the guys who are healthy than the guys who have been injured. And the way that the Rams are playing is also very troubling if you're a Ravens team who can't stop anyone, whether they're throwing the ball or running the ball. That said, the Giants found a way to win on Monday night, so anything is possible, but I think you're asking the near impossible if you think Cooper Rush and a team full of backups is going to have an opportunity to challenge this Rams team, which is one of the best teams in the NFC.
Yeah, they have their work cut out for them. So Ravens fans, Ravens players praying that Lamar Jackson can get back sooner than later because they don't want their season to be a wash. Now, we also have a showdown between two 4-1 teams. The injury-riddled 49ers somehow 4-1. Baker Mayfield's Buccaneers, he's definitely in the MVP conversation. What will be the key for San Francisco to upset Tampa, who's favored by 3?
Yeah, and you talked about the injuries, Chris, and that's important because on both sides of the ball, guys are banged up, key players. And then I think it comes down to the quarterbacks, right? You're already with your backup, Mac Jones, who has outplayed Brock Purdy thus far this year. He's banged up, as you noted. Baker Mayfield is relatively healthy by comparison, even though he's going to be missing some guys on offense, as is Mac Jones. I'm going to lean towards Baker and the Bucs because they know how to win games, and they typically wait to the very last minute, whether it's a touchdown pass, a touchdown run, or a field goal. They find ways to win with time ticking off the clock in the fourth quarter. Mac Jones has been a lot of fun, no doubt about it. But you do wonder, now that he's hobbled and he never was particularly athletic, he's never been mistaken for Lamar Jackson. I do lean with the Bucs and the confidence with which they're playing. If they can find ways to win the game before the last drive of the fourth quarter, they're going to be really dangerous as we get to the second half of this football season.
Yeah, and I'm just happy that Mac Jones is showing you why you had your opinions about him coming into the draft, right? Even if you may not think that they're able to get the win. Now, on Monday night, it's a battle between the Bears and the Commanders, a rematch from last year's crazy Hail Mary game. Jayden Daniels, Noah Brown, the heroes in that one, going up against Caleb Williams.
With Ben Johnson. Jayden Daniels is what makes this Washington offense go. And here's the thing, Chris. If we had a redraft right now today, I think 32 teams out of 32 teams are probably taking Jayden Daniels over Caleb Williams. And I don't even know if it's a huge controversy. That's how important he is to this team. I like the fact that Caleb is getting better in this Ben Johnson offense. But right now, I'm riding with the Commanders because of what Jayden is capable of doing and the playmakers around him, even though Terry McLaurin may not play in this game.
He may not have played, but you got Bill Krosky-Merritt, right, who has been looking really good for this Commanders team as a rookie. Ryan Wilson, always looking good here on CBS Sports HQ, man. Appreciate you.
Here in Tampa Bay, we've got the 4-1 Buccaneers hosting the 4-1 49ers. And incredible to think that both of these teams are playing at that level, considering all the injuries they've had to deal with. Let's start with the 49ers. We spoke with Kyle Shanahan. Mac Jones will get his 4-star. Brock Purdy still dealing with that turf toe injury. He did not make the trip. Mac Jones is dealing with some injuries as well. He re-aggravated a knee injury last week. He suffered an oblique injury. He's as tough as it comes, and he did not really practice much this week, did not throw much this week, but he will start. How effective will he be remains to be seen. His backup is Adrian Martinez, who has yet to play in an NFL regular season game. Now, Mac Jones will not have George Kittle again. He will not have Ricky Pearsall. They are hoping, though, they get Jawan Jennings back for this game. We'll know when the inactives come out. Now, on the flip side, Baker Mayfield playing at an MVP type level. Who will he be throwing to? Well, we know that he will not have Mike Evans once again, and he will not have Chris Godwin dealing with a fibula injury. He's out for this game. No Bucky Irving once again, and their other running back, Josh Williams, dealing with a concussion. He is out for this game. And then on the defensive side of the ball, it looks like they are going to get cornerback Jamal Dean back, but they're going to lose Zion Cullum and Benjamin Morrison for this game as well. So certainly injury concerns for both teams, but it's all about next man up mentality.
Thank you so much, Tracy. And there's one defense Baker Mayfield hasn't been able to figure out in his NFL career. It's the 49ers. He's lost all 4 games he's played against them. And the stats, they don't really help his case much either. So we're looking to see if he can turn things around on Sunday. The Joe Flacco era begins in Cincinnati. The 40-year-old signal caller set to make his first start with the Bengals after getting traded by the Browns earlier this week. The Bengals trying to avoid their 4th straight loss without Joe Burrow at QB, taking on a Packers team fresh off the bye. For more, here's CBS Sports' Melanie Collins.
Here's your Week 6 NFL preview for Bengals at Packers from Lambeau Field in Green Bay. Cannot wait for this one. The Packers are coming off their bye week, but they've got a bitter taste in their mouth after that tie against the Dallas Cowboys in Week 4. They're looking for a get-right game. As for the Bengals, they're stumbling into this game on a 3-game losing streak without Joe Burrow, but they've now signed 18-year NFL veteran Joe Flacco. They traded for him on Tuesday of this week. He's had just a few days to get up to speed in this offense, and he's going to be attempting to start in this game behind an offensive line that has been struggling to protect the quarterback, looking across the line of scrimmage at the likes of Micah Parsons and Rashawn Gary. So this is going to be an interesting one. Let's get to the injuries for this game, and we'll start with the Bengals. Wide receiver Jamar Chase was added to the injury report on Friday with an illness, though he is expected to play. Shouldn't be an issue. Guard Dylan Fairchild, questionable with a knee injury. If he can't go, Dalton Reisner will get the start in his place. As for the Packers, Christian Watson will not make his return this week. He did return to practice this week. Remember, he tore his ACL in week 18 of last season on January 5th. He's been working his way back. He looks great at practice, and Matt LaFleur told us if this